you're gonna do Jazz Fest, do it right. Happy Jazz Fest! Happy Jazz Fest! Yay!
Welcome back to Wook Plus. I am the Great Went, joined by T, and we are diving deep into the greatest festival on earth, the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, specifically the 2025 lineup. How we doing, T?
Doing good.
Nice.
Doing good.
Perfect timing. I'm like a waitress.
I love the intro. Happy Jazz Fest. Happy Jazz Fest. Happy Jazz Fest.
Fantastic. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. You're watching this, leave a comment. Let us know what you think, what we did right, what we did wrong. But today we're talking big headliners, buried treasures, and everything you need for Jazz Fest, which I haven't been to in a long time, and I don't think T has, but we both have put in quite a few years there, and if you look back, we've been tracking it for many years on Wook Plus. So how we doing?
The saddest part is I was supposed to go COVID year. Like that was that was gonna be in Alex's first time going, and my buddy Mike, who I always go with, we were like, we're going this year. Because I wasn't the Stones playing that year, I think. Or
yes,
I think,
and then the next year.
Yeah. So we had we had just gotten everything all together and made the plans to do it, and then COVID struck, and that screwed up that plans. And then we were going to go last year for my 50th birthday, because my birthday always falls on the second, or around the second weekend, because it's the 5th, and so it's always around the second weekend. And we were going to go for my 50th, but then we ended up doing Paris instead. And I was like, damn it, I just want to get back to Jazz Fest. Like
Paris, I mean. Paris.
Yeah, it was a nice workaround, but still, like, I miss New Orleans. I miss Jazz Fest. It's such a wonderful time of year.
The first time that I landed there back in, I guess, 95 was the first year I went. When I landed, I felt like I'd come home. I had this feeling that I never had in my life before, like I was where I belonged.
And I feel like when you get that, when some people who get that, it's such a unique, because New Orleans is just such a, yes, the minute you land, the music at the airport, the people, the vibe, it's just like nothing else. Like you can go places for concerts and things, but nothing comes close to Jazz Fest. And you can go to festivals and whatnot, but nothing comes close to jazz. I used to say, going to Dead shows, that there was nothing on earth like going to a Dead show, like especially when we were walking into a Dead show. It was the most special feeling on earth, just because everybody had the same feeling. And it's not the same going to see Fish or any other band. Like there's just not the same buildup and anticipation for it. And that's sort of, Jazz Fest is the closest thing I've ever come to that sort of like just the city of New Orleans, in general, not even going to the fest necessarily, but going to the late shows and going out to lunch with your buddies and eating some magnificent food. It's just, the whole city is phenomenal.
Getting a routine, and doing like the touristy stuff, going to the voodoo place, buying a Gree doll. We used to always go to Crescent City Brewery. We'd fly in on Wednesday before the second weekend for the most part. I went both weekends some year, but we always went to Crescent City. And it wasn't the greatest place in the world, but it was a very New Orleans touristy thing just outside the quarter, and it was fantastic.
No, we always meet at a place called the Alibi right there, and like that is our spot for cheeseburgers, and especially late night. Whoever goes to, like, we always end up in different places, but around 2, 3, 4 a.m., everybody always meets back at the Alibi, has that last burger and those last few drinks, and then goes to bed around dawn. It's so special. It's such a special place.
One year, like 4:35 in the morning, we're like, we need to get beers. And we go in this bar, and the guy's like, I'm closing, man. And we're like, oh, dude, come on. Can you sell us a beer? He's like, I'll sell you a beer, but I'm going to clean up. He's like, sit down, And then I'm like, we're sitting there, and there's this guy asleep at the end of the bar. And we're like, what about that dude? And he goes, I'm going to wake him up at 6 o'clock. If he buys a drink, he can stay. If not, I'm going to throw him out.
I love it. It's such a phenomenal, it's such a great city. Even when Jazz Fest isn't going on, it's a great city, but Jazz Fest is like Christmas. It is just like
music lovers. It's all about the music, man. And I tell you what, Thursday, they're doing 4 days each weekend. It used to be 3 on the first weekend, 4 on the second. But this Thursday, man, what is this schedule looking like? It's blowing up for me. I mean,
It's another day of music, right? Like just what you need.
So what do? You camp out at the Gentilly stage, right? The Shell Gentilly stage, whatever it is, and you check out Flow Tribe, you check out Bonorama, right? They're for me, they're the two I'm going to straight off the bat.
I mean, if good luck getting me there by 11:20 in the morning. I'm sorry. Like that's best laid plans. You know what I mean? Like trying to get a crew together and out, and that's day one. Like chances are everybody got in Wednesday night and went out anyway. So yes, if you could vent, yeah. But this is the time too. Whatever time you get there early is the time that I like discovering, sort of wandering and like just finding interesting sounds from different stages and kind of wandering over to those and being like, oh, who are these guys? Oh, I like this sound. Oh, I like what's going on over here. And that's my
Scroll
enjoyment.
over a little bit to the jazz tent, because at around 3:00, which we're almost at. Oh, there it is. I see it. It's right there. Scrolling down to like 2:50, 3:00. Because I tell you what, Stanton Moore,
Yep.
right? Galactic drummer, one, if not the best purveyor of New Orleans drumming. Johnny Vodakovich would probably smack me on the back of my head, but at this moment, Stanton Moore is in his prime. He's got on the drums, and he's got Torkanowski and James Singleton from Astral Project with him, which is fantastic. Dave Torkanowski is such a unique figure in New Orleans. He's a keyboard player, a little bit eccentric. One time seeing Astral Project, I yell out Foxy Roxy, and he goes, "What are we, an effing jukebox?" Right? Oh man. And I was like, oh man, I just blew it for everybody. Because we were at Snug Harbor. It was sit down. People were dressed up nice. Drunk Kevin. And then Johnny Vodakovich starts playing it. And Turkanowski's like, I guess we are.
Nice.
But see, my problem is also, if you scroll over to the Langapai stage, oh my God, I just murdered that word.
I don't even know where it is. We got to go up to find it.
Dun, 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 it's probably way over. It's one of you. This is going to be your best bet small stage. Scrolling down to like 3:00. There's that bad boy. Papa Molly. Do you know about Papa Molly?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He does that thing, Voodoo Dad. I think he did with Quickspin. Yeah. That guy in the Shantytown Underground, he used to be in a reggae band back in the day. So and then so 4:00, I got John Cleary and I got Carl Denson back to back. 5:00, I got Goose, John Fogerty at 5:30, and then Sam Bush at 5:45. I mean, that's when this whole thing starts to fall apart. What are your thoughts on our friends Goose doing their first festival?
I don't think it's I don't think it's such a big leap for them at this point. Nothing. I mean, their career has been
new album.
They got something skyrocketed anyway. So I think it's about time they're playing a festival, I guess would be the response, and good on them getting to Jazz Fest. It's I mean, it'll be an interesting. I'm interested to see how many like Goose fans go to Jazz Fest this year to see Goose and maybe get to see other
like
things.
Fish in '96,
right? Who maybe haven't
all these people got turned to one to.
Yeah, and who maybe haven't been down there for this yet and are using this as an opportunity to go. I think that is really cool and awesome. I'm interested to see the crossover, the other side, to see how many people, Jazz Fest people, are going to check out Goose for like the first time or give them that.
Dude, I tell you what, I'm here this first Thursday. I'm hammered. 4:00. I'm finding my people who've tarped out at the main stage, and I'm watching John Cleary because he is absolutely one of my favorite New Orleans centric keyboard players, performers, singers. The total deal, because he's from Australia. And he moved to New Orleans, and he embodies it. And then John Fogerty. I probably wouldn't even walk across to check Goose out because I'm not going to pass up my Creedence fix, especially after like 10 beers in the sun all day.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely not miss. Yeah, I would just assume that maybe the people that aren't as whatever are wandering and want to see John Fogerty, but could catch 20 minutes of aren't necessarily have to be there. Could catch Goose at the beginning to see what they're all about, and then head over
Mhm.
there. So, yeah, I mean, to each their own. Whoever,
Right.
I'm interested to see how Goose does it and how they sound and what they play and how it comes off. So we'll see.
Right. If I was going Friday might be the day I skipped. But if I was going Friday, I'd show up by 4 to see Leo Nosentelli from the Meters, because how many more times are you going to be able to catch him? He
Yeah.
doesn't tour. He lives out in San Francisco, I believe. Um, the earlier things, there's Honey Island Swamp Band, which I love, but I'm not showing up on Friday that early. But I tell you what, you get something that is a really weird thing for me. Gladys Knight and Buckwheat Zydeco are playing back to back, and I love Buckwheat Zydeco, and it's his son now, but he still goes by Buckwheat Zydeco. But Gladys Knight, can you imagine seeing Gladys Knight there? That's a whole vibe at the Congo Square stage, because it's so small. I don't even know if she has the pips with her, but I'm going to be there seeing Gladys Knight. But the rest of this, I mean, Casey Musgraves, I like a couple of her songs. Cheap Trick, I mean, so I'm not even going Friday, probably.
Friday is a definite skip day, I think. And I think if you went Thursday, it would be the day you would want to skip anyway, because
You need to rest. You need to be sleeping till like 5 o'clock, then eating a big meal
yep. So
and doing a
yeah,
light
I
show,
agree with that.
not doing double duty on Friday night. You can't go out and see the early show and the late show. You gotta.
Well, see, that's why I think Friday night I'd be checking the grids and seeing who was playing late night. Sleep in, go get your fried
Right.
oysters, maybe a pull boy or two, and then save yourself for about the 2 a.m. show and head
Right.
out.
If you were still raging Saturday morning, I tell you what, you show up, you see the Rumble with Chief Joseph Boudreaux Jr. The Rumble are a fantastic band. They were I can't remember what the whole beef was, but as part of Beef Week, they had they're like most of another band that left. I'll have to look that up. Get back to me, guys. Rebirth is playing, Kermit Ruffins is playing, Big Frida, Preservation Hall. It's like brass band soul day.
This is like an amazing 2.5 hour, 3 hours here from
Yeah,
Rebirth at 12:30, Kermit Ruffins 120, Big Freed at 155, Preservation at 2:35. This is, I mean,
but you're running. See, that's a lot of running.
that is a lot of running. I think if anything, I would be here for most of the time. I just stick for Rebirth and Big Frida, and then
Right,
maybe try and catch some of Preservation at the end of their
right.
set and head over
Tank,
there.
Tank of the Bangers, fantastic. But I tell you what, if you're there Saturday at 4 o'clock, your your backfield, as Irma would say, should be parked at Irma Thomas at the Shell Gentilly stage, because she is the soul queen in New Orleans. She is a treasure.
But see how
She
easy
just did
that
a whole
works out
album with
great. You can
Galactic.
finish Big Frida's set and go over and catch the end of Preservation Hall
You
and
know,
then Irma perfectly. And then I don't
Harry
know.
Connick's great. I don't care what people say. Harry
I would
Connick is one.
probably stick around to see Harry Connick live. I saw him once a long time ago, and I can't
But
believe I'm thinking
Lil Wayne and the Roots might be one of the most interesting
oh
things
yeah, I think that'd
of
be
the
a lot
whole
of fun.
festival. And I'm really curious as to because Wu-Tang played a few years
Yeah,
ago.
and
So
Babyface is interesting, and Diana
what is
Krall would be
Baby?
fun in a smaller stage. I think that would be fun.
What was like Baby's face, like a 90s R&B
Yeah,
guy, right?
the thing that always amazes me too about the fest is how early it is. Like nothing goes late. Like most festivals,
7:30, boom, you're out of there.
most festivals headliners are going
Right.
on
Dude,
10,
scroll
11.
scroll over one more thing for Saturday. Scroll over to the Blues tent, because this might be the real thing to do last. Scrolling down there. There you go.
Taj Mahal.
That from 4 o'clock one, Marsha Ball and Taj
Yeah.
Mahal. That is a true New Orleans experience for you if you want to get into it. For people who aren't from New Orleans, Taj Mahal is obviously, he lives in Hawaii, whatever. And Marsha Ball's from Austin, but they just both, I think that would be a really fantastic back to back. Something I'd
Yeah.
probably pay to see at like Pier 6. if they toured together.
Totally.
All right, let's do Sunday. Man, why did they put like bands I love? The Suspects, 11 in the morning. Are you kidding me? Tab Benoit at 2, Cyril at 2. Oh, dude, so much. And then it's Dave Matthews, right? Which is cool. But if you scroll over, look at that in the 4 slot. Branford Marsalis Quartet. That's what you're there. And Eric Gales, if you scrolled over further, is in the blues tent. I guess the thing is, it's my one chance to see Dave Matthews. I should see him. But then you're like, it's probably my only chance ever to see Branford.
Right.
Unless you're watching the Dre Rad stream tonight, because we're recording this before.
I mean, I don't know. Festival Dave, fun, I guess. I don't know. I've seen Dave enough to know I'd see Branford over that for sure and wait to see Dave at his own show, really. Because seeing like Branford at a place like this, I don't know. That's what it's for to me personally. So
exactly. So do we want to do food and then do the second weekend, or we want to do the
we
second
can check out the food real quick and then jump into it.
Yeah, let's check out some food, man, because I tell you what, it's my second. I did not know this existed the first year I went. And then like the first day I showed up with $20 in my pocket and I was like, oh, I got a po' boy. The next day I got like $100 in fives. This was back in the mid 90s because I was like, I'm hitting 10 different spots.
This is where come hungry, try something new, leave really happy. That pretty much sums it up.
And another quick thing, eat early, eat late. If you go in the middle of the day, you're going to wait forever and miss out on the music. So stock up early, get a piece of like crawfish bread. You can wrap that up, put it in your backpack. You're standing in front of Irma a little later. You got something you can munch.
Dude, the alligator sausage po' boy, jerk chicken, sausage po' boy, hot sausage, shrimp bread. Oh man, I'm getting hungry just looking at all this. There's the muffalata, a vegetarian muffalata. Roast beef po' boy. Oh man.
Roast beef po' boy, I could do that. I tell you what, crawfish Monica is my top thing. It's up here.
Banana
it's basically mac and cheese on steroids plus crawfish. It might be the best dish in New Orleans.
I mean, there is some
I will
food.
go there.
That's the wonderful thing about the fest too, is the food is phenomenal. It's not like terrible slices of pizza and hot dogs and shit.
Right.
It's like
crawfish bread that you can save for later.
Crab meat po' boy. I mean,
right.
Smoked mushroom vegan gumbo. I mean, that sounds fantastic.
The soft shell crab po' boy, top notch, huge. These soft shell crabs are so big, they're coming out the end of a 6-inch piece of bread. The end of the things. If you've never had a soft shell crab, yes, you are basically eating the whole crab, shell and all.
Food area too. Like I love how there's just all the food areas too. Like I mean, there's pheasant quail.
If you want to get fancy, I was just going to say that the best gumbo at Jazz Fest. That's the best. That's the one you want to go seek out. And make sure you have a little piece of each meat. I mean, you're only getting a small bowl. It isn't like you're getting a half a pheasant in it or anything. You're just getting a little piece, but you get to taste all these little beautiful flavors within one dish because of the different meats.
It's like there's so much food. It's crazy.
Right, walk around, discover, either eat tons or eat a little the first day and do recon. And then you have a plan because you'll get a map. You'll be able to lay things out. They have crawfish boil if you just want to get a bunch of mud bugs in a pile and eat them. You'll walk around the food area and see piles of shells piled up.
I always like too the fact that like the beverages, you can just go buy a 12-pack of beer and carry it around. You don't have to get like a beer.
My favorite was to bring in dark rum, a pint of dark rum in your pocket because I don't know how it is now. It used to be easy to bring in a pint, and then you get the tea. They had those weird flavored teas, and you pour it in there, and you were not hydrating at all, even though you told yourself you were, because tea dehydrates you.
I mean,
all right, what do we got for Thursday? Papa Grow, why you play at 11 in the morning? Johnny Sketch, why you play at noon? I'm gonna be Dr. Seuss. Dragon Smoke. If you don't know Dragon Smoke, I'll throw out their name right there at 1 o'clock on the big stage. Is some of the guys from Dumpster Funk and some of the guys from Galactic.
Yep. Dirty Dozen Brass Band at 2:30.
Yep. Anders is fantastic. And then we have Santana. I'm good. Santana's a little phobe. And I don't like the Jesus preaching. The last time one time my buddy got popped in the parking lot and we went in for a few songs. But when Fish opened for him, we went in for Fish, stayed for like 3 of his songs and rolled out. So Cage the Elephant is famous and I couldn't tell you anything about him.
I am going over to see Better Than Ezra and then Cage the Elephant on this night. That is
Better Than Ezra, yes. What was their hit? They had a hit, didn't they?
That they're playing the fest. I think that is phenomenal. I would actually probably skip Anders and try and get over there early so I could get up closer for Better Than Ezra and rock out. And then Cage the Elephant, I love them. They are fantastic live. They are great. That would be so much fun.
That's the thing. At this point of the day, you're camping out from 4-1. So you're basically having to pick 2 bands.
Right.
Because Shamar Allen is great. I would love to see Morris Day.
Morris Day in the Town would be so much fun. I mean, it'd be so much fun.
Be old as dirt though, because he was old in the Prince.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like it almost is like we talk about the nostalgia act feeling like that kind of thing. Yeah, it'd be great to see, but I would feel like I would still rather go see Cage the Elephant and get my money's worth of the fest that day with them and Better Than Ezra. So
I probably wouldn't be going this day.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as Thursdays go, I kind of like it. It's kind of a nice, easy Thursday.
It's the day to eat. It's definitely the day to eat because there's less people and it's local day, like you're saying. So you get.
And I think this is a great day that you could check out some of these other tents early and really be in for some treats and find some really, nuggets in the pile of some of this stuff. So
that's where you're going to find your best thing. Like one year we're standing there, Widespread starts playing. My buddy's like, this guy CC Acock's playing. Someone told me we should go see him. So we go over to see this guy CC Acock, which is guitar, stand-up bass, drums, a la Reverend Horton Heat, even though they were contemporaries. And I was like, I went and bought the CD. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do in that moment.
Nice.
God bless them. All right, so Friday, Are we on Friday?
Yep, we are. Friday the 2nd.
Yeah, Big Sam at 4 on Congo Square stage, followed by the Wailers featuring Julian Marley. That might be my groove, but Joshua Redmond group in the jazz tent. Now there's something that you're like, this is my chance.
Yeah, that would be. See, today I could skip. I could go big yesterday and have a blast and do even the night shows after last night, being so amped up from seeing like Better Than Ezra and Cage the Elephant and be like, all right, we're going all night tonight, and then sleep all day today and catch something late. And then, yeah, I could probably skip today. I don't need to see Joan Jett. Luke Combs does nothing for me. Sorry to the fans of them, but it would be tough to get.
I don't know what a Luke Combs is.
Fairgrounds today, for sure.
I don't know what a Luke Combs is. Hooray for the Riff Raff. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't think, I'd be good sitting out that Friday.
All right, Saturday. I tell you what, Rivert Eckert. You do not know this name probably because, how would you? He's a kid, but his dad is Jake Eckert from the New Orleans Suspects, which is a great local band there. And he's a kid and he is fantastic. And if you're going to get up on Saturday, go see him. Then see Cowboy Mouth for a little bit, or Jason Marsalis, or something. I don't know. What are you seeing? Dumpster Funk? I guess
DJ Ari Spence got 2 slots there. DJ Ari.
Right, you got to see Pearl Jam. I mean, you got to show up and see Pearl Jam, don't you?
I mean, that kind of keeps you at Dumpster Funk because you'd have to get over there early. I feel like if you care about that kind of thing,
well, your
you'd probably.
people, you got to have the people who are willing to tarp.
I
at
mean,
one
I
place
would
all day.
probably be there for Samantha Fish anyway. I would want to check that out. So
Right.
I probably would end up just
It's the
staying
day
there.
you go and pass out on the tarp all day and just lay there.
See, that's probably that's what I'd probably do is be there for her and then stay.
Headhunters are playing at 4:30 with Mike Clark, Bill Summers, and Eric Krasno.
That'd
Kenny
be
Wade
fun.
Shepherd's playing. Not big on him. Margo Price, she's okay. She's playing the Fa Dudu stage, so it's good. Sunday, the last Sunday was always my day. Really, what you looking at?
Who were you talking about? Where was Krasno and those guys playing?
That is on the Jazz and Heritage stage at 4:35. There it is. I see it. Fourth column.
All right.
It doesn't say Krasno. He's cut off.
Yeah. Interesting, though. Okay. All right. All right. And then we got
champions
Sunday.
show up the final day.
What?
True champions show up the final day, and they show up early for Zigaboo Funk Review.
Or New Birth brass band, nice and early. Stooges brass band. Jeez, can't talk. Brass bands. George Porter Jr. run partners.
Right. And then you see Galactic, and you see George Porter, and you see Lenny Kravitz. No, I don't, because at 4:00 on the Shell Chantilly stage is the greatest band on the planet. My boys. They closed out that stage for years and years, and then when they broke up, they lost it to something like My Morning Jacket. But oh my God, so cool! All the My Morning Jacket people maybe will catch the Rads and actually understand the beauty.
That's a fucking. I mean, after a few days of like sort of whatever, that's a heck of an ending with Lenny, the Radiators, Trombone Shorty, My Morning Jacket, Patti LaBelle, and Kamasi Washington. Like that is. That's tough because I'd be like, oh, I gotta go see Kamasi, but then at the same time, you're like, well, My Morning Jacket is playing. I don't know. That's a tough ending of that festival.
How nimble are we on our feet to switch over to the night stuff?
Oh boy, you should have let me know that beforehand.
All right, we're gonna switch over to the night stuff, and while T works on that, we'll talk a little bit about maybe some best practices for New Orleans. Make sure that you have a little bit of cash, not too much. Keep your cash separate from your ID and your wallet, because there are, people will lift you like any big city. Any precautions you take elsewhere, take there. Watch out for the scam. I know where you got your shoes. I'll bet you $5, T. I know where you got your shoes.
Where?
On your feet.
On your feet. I don't wear shoes though, so you're wrong.
You gave me $5. Watch out for things like that. And if you fall for it, give the kid $5. Reward his bad behavior, because that's the way of the walk. Good for him for out there working it. He probably wouldn't make $5 if he worked for a whole hour at some chicken shack or something like that.
Yeah.
Not a chicken shack in the biblical sense, like a place that sells chicken.
Right. I got you. All right. Let's see. We got the
there grid. You go. You got it. Share that stuff.
The grids. Oh, the grids. I guess I could probably make that bigger. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, there's some huge things. There
we go. Is that better?
Yes. Like zoom in for just the Thursday as close as can you scroll in so we can like just really look at Thursday?
We can look
zoom in, I mean.
Yeah, but you can just see Thursday, and then it's got the venue over here. And then who's playing each day.
Right.
What are you looking for?
New Orleans Brewing Company. Something jumped off at me. That is
he's playing the Blue Nile. Oh, there's the Krasno Moore project.
Right. The first night on Thursday, the
Dude,
first
I've
day we're
never
going, some
come
jumped
on.
out. It was called Hendrix Heads and Tails, featuring Tony Hall, Eric McFadden, Ed Williams, Jonathan Boogie Long, Devin
Wait, what are you
Trusclair.
talking about?
It's at a place called New Orleans Brewing Company. You got to
New
scroll
Orleans
down to
Brewing
Ann.
Company. Well, we're like going through this thing and you're just skipping
Well,
down.
that's why I was saying if we zoomed in, I'd run through the whole thing with you, but I can't see it well enough to run through just you scrolling.
I don't see new. Oh, there it is. Nola Brewing Company. Hendrix Heads and Tails.
Look
Tony
at
Hall,
that.
Eric McFadden, Ed Williams. There you go. Jonathan Boogie Long, Krosno, and Ivan Neville. Yeah, see.
Right. That is probably one of your best bets. Donald Harrison Jr., if you're into the jazz, is playing Snug Harbor. If you want to scroll down, we'll hit Snug Harbor.
Orpheum Preservation Hall.
I think I have these in alphabetical order. So if we get the first one, then we'll. And if anything catches your eyes, let me know.
Which one you say, Snug Harbor?
Snug Harbor, yeah.
There you go.
Look at that, Donald Harrison, 2 shows. What is the price on that? I can't see. 50?
$40.
That's big. All right, scroll down to Tipitina's because I love these guys. And I would really consider going seeing them.
Tips.
If the price was right. Oh, it's sold out. Never mind. St. Paul and the Broken Bones with the home run.
Yep. The Dip, Galactic. The Gray Boy All-Stars got the late show, 2 a.m. That's the one I would be at. Hey, there's the Iceman special too, the 2 a.m. show. Oh man, those are the best. Those are the best.
All right, can we scroll up to let's check out what's going on. There's going to be some places that pop up again and again. Cafe Istanbul, Maple Leaf are going to pop up, we know. Can we click on just one of the venues? I don't know. Sorry, guys, if you're watching us because we're doing this live.
Because Kevin is just jumping all over the place instead of actually going down like in
you tell me how
alphabetical order or anything.
We obviously talked about how to do the first half of this.
And not the grids.
I just wish it was bigger. Like I could read it better. Because if you wanted to scroll down, I can comment on everything.
There's not as much going on. Like I'm surprised. Well, there's Max Sabbath is playing the House of Blues. Oh my god. If you're there, go. That is the funnest show. And the record company. Holy moly. Look at that. And then Rebirth. The House of Blues.
New Master Sounds. You know, New Master Sounds is
late show.
Yeah, New Master Sounds is retiring after this year.
Oh yeah.
So if you can catch them. It's their final tour.
2 nights there, 3 nights. And then look, they're there. Yeah, they're doing a late show and Friday night and then playing there Saturday night.
And then Rebirth and Kermit. I mean, Rebirth and Kermit is, do you know that Kermit used to play with Rebirth?
Yeah.
When they first started back in the 80s. And then he left on his own and he's done he does the whole Treme thing. He has a barbecue joint. I think he bought the mother-in-law lounge from Ernie K. Doe's estate. Ernie K. Doe, the Emperor of the Universe. So, all right, let's scroll up to what do we got? Where are you?
Let's see what's going on here. Hang on, let's get up to
where's Cafe Istanbul? There you go. Keep scrolling up a little. Look at that Thursday night at Cafe Istanbul.
That is nice. And then 2 nights of the Joan Osborne, Stu Allen. Joan Osborne, look at that.
That's huge. That's like Dead and Company or the Grateful Dead Extended Universe. And then look all the way over on I guess that's the Sunday. One of my favorite bands of all time, Garage Mahal. Fahid is a fantastic guitarist. I actually talked to their old keyboard player not long ago over on the other channel. And if you can see them, I mean, the thing is, if the show you really want to see, you can't get in, or you're just like sticker shock because some of these are like, I mean, the last time I was there paying $20, you were like, damn, I paid $20.
Right.
It was only Phil Lesh and Government Mule. What do you mean $20?
Right.
All right, Blue Nile. Blue Nile always has good stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Eddie Roberts, New
Master Sounds are playing with members of the New Master Sounds.
Yeah,
Thursday
Eddie
night.
Roberts is in the band. So, and then we got Kermit and the Barbecue Swingers, the Rumble, who I mentioned earlier. That's going to be a good night of Mardi Gras Indian stuff. You know, that kind of funk part of the New Orleans tradition. Krasno Moore Project is something that's been running for a while, which is obviously Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore. And I mean, my God, dude, I am having FOMO. This is the stuff that never gets recorded and it's played that night and it's gone. It's like the holy grail of seeing music. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What's the second weekend look like?
I know.
It's just the holy grail. Delirium. I don't know what that is. Some of these clubs I've never heard of it. It's amazing that some of them are still around. Look at that.
Marco.
Blue Nile coming. Big Lyrics Born.
And Marco's playing.
Wow. Yeah. Big Sam.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Flow Tribe, they're worth checking out. Chris Royal is fantastic. Marsha Ball. Pimps of Joy Time. Cafe Istanbul.
Poolside presents Melvin Fields and JGB.
All right. It would be cool to, like, 1 year go and just camp out at one club. Go see everything they do, like watch their whole slate for a whole weekend and go to there like 4 times. Because by the last night, the bartender be like, "You're hardcore. You've been here for 4 nights in a row."
I like this. No songs repeated between nights. So you're getting 2 shows. That's kind of cool. $70.
Are we getting our boy John? Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
pretty cool.
Nicholas Payton back there. He was worth saying. What else we got? I don't know. Carrollton Station. God, I haven't been there in forever. Chicky Wawa. Look at that.
Wawa. Dogs in a pile.
Lots of those names that you never really heard of. Yeah, Dogs in a pile. But like
there you go. That'll be the show. 1 a.m. show. Man, that's fucking awesome. That's where you want to be.
That's one. Yeah. The Civic. Look at that. One Wednesday. No, go back. The Friday. Anders' birthday bash. You see who that first name is? Dangerous Dave Malone from the New Orleans Radiators.
Dangerous.
The Rats are playing somewhere too the Wednesday before, the days between, which we didn't even get into. Like Humphreys is playing some other bands.
Big Frida's Gospel Revival.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever gone to a breakfast thing?
Dude, there's J-Rad at the Fillmore.
Yeah. 2 nights.
$81.
Well, wait. Why is there no note that says there's going to be no repeats over the 2 nights?
He doesn't need it. You know he's not.
Tab Benoit's a great guitarist.
Yep.
You ever see him?
House of Blues.
Can't believe House of Blues has only shows on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, that's weird. Weekend 2. Weekend 1 they had it though every night. So I don't know. That's weird.
They might be adding stuff like right before. Try to get a splash, the last minute show. Look at that thing at the Joy Theater. Oh my God.
Look at these at the Joy. You got Mike and Karina.
But the one before that.
You got this one, the tribute to Phil. Yeah. Krasno, Ivan, George Porter Jr., Karina.
Dude, you could camp out there,
in
man.
Hartswick.
That Crescent City Classics. Look at those names on that.
I know. See, this is the one you'd want to go to for 3 nights in a row. You could just get a 3-night pass here.
That would be hot. See, we figured it out by the time we got through to the second one. First one, we were all over the place. Look at that. Tony Hall and the New Orleans Soul All-Stars. Tony Hall is the bass player for Dumpster Funk, if people don't know. Maple Leaf is just, I mean, come on. Nikki Gillespie closing it out. The most fantastic drummer. She plays with Punkadelic with Mike Dillon and Brian Haas now, and also with the Nth Power. She's the drummer. Played with Beyonce when Beyonce had the all-female band. She was the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
The woman is just on fire. And then there's Mike Dillon before in the new F Yeahs. Don't want to get dinged. Ding
Late.
ding
It's
ding
a little
ding
late for
ding ding. Ding 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 ding.
that.
Oh
See, what's
man.
fun is there's so many bands like Astral Project is one I just see pop up here, but there's so many bands that play late night that if you don't see them at the fest, you can catch them late night or just late or playing somewhere else, which is so cool because maybe you can't make it, maybe you miss their set, maybe whatever,
There
but then
was
you can
one
always
year I
at least
only
see them
went.
somewhere.
One year I only went on Thursday.
Yeah.
But
See, and then you
here's
can
the
see everybody
story
else
for
wherever you
you.
want. Oh, there's Lettuce playing Orpheum. Oh, that's the Orpheum. Carl Denson's
Here's
Tiny
a
Universe.
here's a good
Exile
story.
on Bourbon Street 2. The Bobby Keys cuts. That's
There
great.
you go.
That's great.
One year
Earth,
this
Wind, and
friend of
Power.
mine was like, "Do you want to get up early? I can get us into the festival." They're taping the Radiators playing on the morning show. So we got up at 5 in the morning and went to the festival grounds, went in, and we were the only two people there watching the Radiators live with the news people broadcasting. And they'd have the Rads play like 30 seconds of a song till they went to commercial and then they'd stop. It was like the weirdest thing ever.
Dude, Jen Hartwig is putting in some time. So are a lot of these people. Like
Look
the
at that.
Earth, Wind, and
Dude,
Power
imagine
thing.
your paycheck. You spend 2 solid weeks in New Orleans. Your paycheck on the other side floats you through the summer, and hopefully you get enough gigs in the summer. You get enough word that you pay for the fall, and eventually, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe you can get through 2 seasons.
I mean, LCD Sound System's playing. That's kind of
Those
crazy.
couple areas that are good.
For sure. Wow.
Oh man, people are gonna
There's a lot going on weekend too. If you're going at the freaking grid, I would go check
Right.
out the grids because there is
Pop,
a
pop in the
lot
days,
to see.
pop in the days between real quick, and then we'll wrap this up.
Holy moly. Neil Francis. Oh, it tips.
Yep.
Yeah, there
Galactic.
we go. We just put down the tips.
Right.
2 nights.
There are tips. You go see Galactic and then Neil Francis.
Dude, a Neil Francis 2 a.m. show. Oh my God.
Well, you know,
Go.
Galactic owns
We're
tips.
going?
Go to the days between real quick
Oh.
so we can look at the Humphreys mood
There's
thing
your
because we got
Stanton
to
Moore and
mention that.
friends at the Toulouse. Yeah, I'll get there. I'm not done going down there.
Scarrick, yeah. All
Incredible.
right, sorry. My bad.
Oh, so much fun.
My bad. Days. You know, there are days, see, and there are days beside.
So the days between.
Straight ahead at the Bayou Bar. You
Barrett,
ever been to Cooter Brown's?
Carl Denson.
One of my favorite
those
spots.
guys.
Look at that. Eric Krasno and friends.
There's
Ivan.
the Crawfish Festival.
North Mississippi All-Stars. Dead Funk Summit, which is my boy Joe Marsonek. I love that guy. He played last night, the after show with Reed Mathis after Fish out there in the San Francisco area.
Oh, Samantha Fish. Look at that. See,
with Mike Dillon and the new FES.
That would be awesome.
Mike Dillon is the man. I love that guy. He told me a story once about being in line to get methadone, and William S. Burroughs was in line with him, right? And after that, he was like, "Why am I doing this?" And he quit doing drugs because I'm encapsulating the story there, but it's a funny little antidote, and it takes what it can. Look at that. The Roadmaster trip. Walter Wolfman Washington. One night he played the 8x10. He was so hammered he could barely go on stage. His wife's gonna shoot me.
Roadmaster. Jimmy Meets Funk.
Oh, Threadhead. Threadheads are a great group of people who just love New Orleans music. I've known them for a lot of years.
Some good days between things too to just spend,
Beato Night
down there.
Dude, the WWZite Beato Night is always fantastic. Look at that, Smokey Greenwall. There it is. Humphreys. Right. Jason Bonham sitting in with Humphreys for a Zeppelin set. Right?
Yep.
With Jennifer Hartwig sitting in with Humphreys. I'm recording something beautiful.
I mean, it's got to be so much fun to be somebody like Jen who can just go down there for a week and just play all this music
Right.
with all these different bands and play. I mean, that's probably why like Lowe loves living down there. Like, you know, the George Porter trio, Chris Adkins.
God bless Lowe.
Kermit Ruffins.
Always. Bo Dallas. So how did we figure out how we were going to end this?
Preservation, Rebirth Brass. Nope.
I tell you what, if you're watching this later,
because they're there Thursday and Friday nights. That's why. That's great. Oh yeah, totally. Thursday night show would be awesome. Yeah. So if you're going though, I can't even recommend enough, especially the second weekend. I mean, there's some
Dragon's big. Look at that.
Midweek leading into the second weekend at Tips. God, there is a lot. Dogs in the pile.
Shorty Fest. What's up, Robert Randolph? What's up?
Yeah. Jersey Takeover. I mean, that would be a fun as hell show.
If you're watching this, comment, let us know what we got right, what we got wrong later.
If you were going, what you would want to see, like Terrapin Flyer, Melvin Seals, George Porter, there is some incredible music happening down in New Orleans over the next 2 weeks. Well, you know, but wow. If you're going, I'm super jealous. Have fun. If you're watching at home like us, hopefully we'll hear some good stuff from you.
If you're from the other side and you're like, what are these guys talking about? We missed all the big names. That's probably not what we do on this channel. We love you. And it didn't even stop. Yes. You know, we're professionals over here.